A neutron bomb will be dropped on you. Oh, you don't believe me there? That's official policy. Because they own the banks, they own the neutron bombs, they own the death squads, they own the FEMA camps, they own the coca fields, they own the heroin plantations where they're growing the poppies, and they've got the power, and they say, hey, we're the smart people, you're the dumb people, shut up, we're going to take the dollar, we're going to buy up all the real assets in the world in the name of the dollar, and then we're going to deflate it overnight by inflating it and let you hold the bill for it and leave a vanguard police state behind as we all move to Switzerland and Paraguay and Spain. And if you don't like it, we'll just release a bioweapon and say Al-Qaeda did it and kill a couple million of you, and then you'll learn how to beg and plead to your government real fast. Won't you? I'm told from high-level sources that actually a lot of globalists listen to this show because they enjoy it. They like it there's somebody out there telling them what's being done to you because they say you're so cowardly and stupid and pathetic that you won't even do anything about it. You'll go cling to Barack Obama's skirt or to Joe Biden's, oh, save me, or you'll go to Sarah, or you'll go to John McCain and hang on their skirt. Oh, mommy, 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 help me. And they'll go, oh, I'm going to help you real good. I'm going to take everything you've got, slave, and then I'm going to draft your kids claiming it's to fight terrorists, and you're going to go back our empire up, aren't you? And you're going to say, yes, I'll give you my kids. I love being a schmuck and an idiot. I love being conned over and over again. I love being the dumbest people on earth. Let me explain something. The boys that run our country have completely looted it. The last act of a corrupt system is to loot the treasury. They have taken our credit and our name, and they bought real assets. They bought themselves villas and oil companies and whole lakes and whole sectors of countries and the Nigerian oil fields. That's come out that Halliburton and Cheney directly hundreds of millions in bribes. Nothing will happen to him. It doesn't matter because they've got men in black uniforms with devil tattoos that can't wait to kill you and your family if they snap their fingers. And all they're waiting for is to sell you on their whole police state apparatus. Play that CIA ad that's airing all over the country. This is them recruiting. This is the type of bull. You know, but hey, if you're not a felon or if you don't have a psychopathic web surfing, which they're tracking and watching your psychological profile, do not go apply. Here it is.
Are you ready for a world of challenge, a world of possibilities, a world of ambiguity and adventure? Be a part of the National Clandestine Service at the Central Intelligence Agency. Are you a person of purpose, professionalism, with curiosity and integrity? Serve in the U.S. and abroad as a CIA officer with the National Clandestine Service. Safeguard America. Keep U.S. policymakers informed and share a mission that's larger than all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Are you an extraordinary person with a strong sense of patriotism? Learn more about a career with the National Clandestine Service at the Central Intelligence Agency. Visit CIA.gov and click on Careers. That's CIA.gov. Start making a world of difference today. The Central Intelligence Agency. The work of a nation. The center of intelligence. Equal opportunity employer. U.S. citizenship required.
All right, let me tell you how this really works, okay? Let's say you go fill out the paperwork. You're the captain of the football team. You're a college football guy. You believe in America. You don't know Al-Qaeda was the name of a computer program in '79 for Muslim extremists working for the CIA. You think you're smart. You think you're intellectual because you watch Frontline. And you want to go join like Pat Tillman did. You want to go join Special Forces. You want to go join the Army. You want to go join the CIA. You want to go join Defense Intelligence. They'll have questionnaires. They'll have your whole web surfing history. You'll never be told that. You're compartmentalized. And if you're a good guy, they're going to have you out BSing the local villagers, living with them for 3 years in your Peace Corps front to take vaccines. And because you believe it's really helping him, you'll be the perfect salesman to sterilize those people, and you'll be rotated out before you ever notice how you killed that whole village. Or by the time you notice and learn about how you helped kill the whole village, oh, it'll be too far down the road. You'll be too deep in now. You'll know your phones are being listened to. You'll know your spook wife they stuck you with is really your handler. See, again, it goes on and on and on. You want to work with a bunch of backstabbing, lying, drug dealing, child kidnapping filth? Oh, I mean, they've got all these compartmentalized nice guys who are nice fellas, who were captain of the football team, to give congressmen tours around the CIA building. Maybe you can get a job doing that. Or you might just be an analyst who goes out and collects field data, in some third world nation. Or you may be the good front of the CIA that goes and gives water purifiers to kids. But that's only so in that area of Africa that you'll be trusted so they can then bring in more people behind you. You understand how that works? And I don't want, and let's say they teach you the Machiavellian view, the end justifies the means. So the world's so evil, the world's so tough, Alex, you just can't handle the truth. We've got to bring the narcotics into the country because if we don't, some other nation will get control of that. People are always going to want drugs. People are always going to want drugs. Huge stack of news, loaded phone lines. Gary, Steve, Jason, Robert, George, Gabe, Randall. We're going to get to all of you here in just a few minutes. I've been ranting the last 45 minutes or so, mainly just about how black ops, which are just private corporate mafia muscle with a membrane of U.S. government front, is taking over our society. Now they're handing most of the military, most of intelligence gathering, city streets, government ownership to private corporations. So again, they took our money, they took our dollar, the private banks issued unlimited liquidity to themselves, but backed up by the U.S. population to then come back and buy our governments up. It's in the IMF World Bank documents that got leaked in 2002. They were already well into doing it. Now here we are 6 years later under the yoke. You better find out real soon. We're being criminally looted like a bank robbery. Like we got Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, what is it, 50-something trillion dollars we're talking about? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions that were in default but leveraged. Just trillions and trillions and trillions. And it's all a big mistake. It was all a big accident. Oh, we don't know what happened. And now it's being federalized. That means you're going to back it up. You're going to pay for it. You understand? And if you look at what these executives and what these stockholders and what these companies did, it is just, a lot of it's not even stockholding. It'll just be the executives or intelligence operatives or private intelligence operatives, and they'll just steal hundreds of billions a day sometimes. I mean, it's just unlimited. These guys, this makes the Russian looting under the oligarchs look like a kid stealing a stick of bubble gum next to robbing Fort Knox. And for all of you that are getting into intelligence, the local police are being co-opted into these threat management centers, and these were originally for hurricanes, originally for fires, but now the CIA and the military are in the same office with your local police, and we track everybody off their cell phones and have all this new federal gadgetry in here. The feds are taking over. Period. And they are owned by private corporations. They are owned and completely hoard out and run. And so a lot of you who are going to get into intelligence, you're going to be the goofballs they laugh at in black ops. You're just the front and the paper pushers, those of you that are in intelligence that aren't evil. And you've all been profiled, the Dudley Do-Right, who's on a power trip with his pocket protector and his computer feeling good about himself, while you're part of a whole false reality of what goes on in the whole cloak and dagger world. Oh, man. Reading some of the foreign service magazines. I was in a doctor's office the other day, and I was reading the one, and it was just all this bull and again, it would hold up troops who were real heroes. Some Marine Corps captain who had his eyes blown out, who runs marathons. I think it was Captain Castro. And you can't help but admire him and his courage to go to Iraq and his courage to be in harm's way and his courage to run these marathons now when he was in a coma for 6 weeks and couldn't walk when he woke up. But see, they sandwich that in there with all the propaganda and evil. And see, that's only one little tactic of thousands they're using. And my brain just burns with understanding of the enemy operations because I study it. They say what they're doing. It's public. They laugh at you. It's like chemtrails. It's like chemtrails. Will somebody come in here and unlock this computer system? It just locked up, and I can't do it while I'm on air. Thanks. So I want to go to calls, but I can't. The computer system locks up every 5 minutes and wants a passcode, and I just can't do it while I'm here on air. You got to enter like 3 of them or something. Just come on around here and enter the code into this so I can use it. Thank you. Unbelievable. I don't know anybody. They ought to have this disabled in here for the talk show host. Anyways, just to know this is going on makes me angry. But all these major newspapers come out and say, okay, the government's got a huge secret program going on since the mid-'90s, when we told you it was, spraying deadly poison on the people. I'm going to cover this later after I take some phone calls. Thank you. U.S. government mad scientist geoengineer atmosphere. That's Paul Watson's headline on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. But when you read it, we've got links to all the mainstream news and universities where they admit that they're spraying all these poisons to, quote, save us from global warming, which is bull to begin with. So we're going to break all that down for you. And yes, that's a perfect example of how they've got compartmentalization. There's 6 major kerosene jet fuel suppliers. That's what jet fuel is a type of kerosene.